Are you looking for a career change that is both fulfilling, rewarding, and comes with loads of benefits? This video is for you. Watch to the very end because I'll be showing loads of amazing benefits that you can get working as a healthcare worker in the NHS. Now, as a healthcare worker working in the National Health Service here in the UK, you have the opportunity to make a difference in the life of your patients, in the life of people every single day. But that is not all. There is also other exciting and amazing perks that comes with this opportunity. And that is what I'll be sharing in this video today. So if you're interested to the very end as I share all the amazing benefits that you can get working as a healthcare worker here, one of the most respected companies you can think of here in the UK. Of course, the NHS. Hi, my name is Jade Sampson. This is my community, Jade's Hub, where I share loads of amazing videos on relocation to the UK as a healthcare worker, living here in the UK, living your best life abroad generally. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, hi! It's nice to meet you. It's my pleasure. I'd love to see you again. So why don't you go ahead and click the subscribe button on this channel. Put on your notification. You can get notified when I post a new video. Right, so one of the benefits of joining the NHS is job security. Guys, the NHS is a public funded organization. So when it comes to the job opportunity within the NHS, the opportunity of being employed is quite stable. Unlike some private companies where you are employed and at given circumstances you're threatened with we're going to withdraw your COS, we're going to withdraw your job offer. Nobody does that in the NHS. In the NHS, it's a win-win for everybody. The NHS recognizes that you're doing them a favor by working for them. And they reward your effort with amazing benefit. So job security is one of the major reasons why anyone should consider joining the NHS. You join the NHS and you have that level of peace of mind. That before to get to that point where your job, where you are sacked, you must have done something really, really terrible. So job security is my number one point. Right. Competitive salary. That's my point number two. Well, I know some nurses and doctors might not agree with this point, but if you ask me, I think the salary is quite competitive compared to what domiciliary carers with the work they put in, the effort they put in, compared to if you compare, I've worked in both worlds, so I can tell you for a fact that of course the salary and the benefits that also come with it, they are quite competitive. There's no comparison now. Though yes, it's as if it's on the same equal scale, but when you look at the amazing benefit that come with it, I will say for a fact, having a competitive salary is one of the structures that come with working with the NHS as a healthcare worker. Training and development. Guys, when you join the NHS, they will drown you in trainings. Now, the reason for this is because they want to ensure that you're capable, you're able to provide the best of care for people that come to access the care in the NHS. They don't want you making a mistake, because when you're making a mistake, most people will sue the NHS. So for that reason, when it comes to training, I give it to the NHS. Like, you're trained to the seat, to whatever level you want to go. There's also room for career progression. I'm going to talk about that in a bit. But training and development, especially in your whatever role you're in, you can be very, very sure that they will train you to the teeth. Like every other day, there's one training. I'm like, there's just so much. But trust me, you do your job with so much confidence because you have been well trained. So guys, the next point is just something that for me is still like, wow, is they are very generous with their annual leave. Can I shock you? As a healthcare worker, you're entitled to 7 weeks holiday. Guys, 1 to 7 weeks holiday annually.
That's what I do for you. Hey!
Place of work, my colleagues, something, they're always coming back from holidays. Either they're going for holiday, they're coming back from holiday, and you're wondering, that is how generous the NHS is with their holiday. And the reason for this is because NHS, a healthcare worker, put in long hours of work and they compensate you with having long holidays. Currently, I'm entitled to about 8 weeks of holiday because I have to carry my holiday over from when I just started to this new holiday year. So imagine having 2 months of holiday. So that the NHS is very generous with their maternity and paternity leave. Guys, it is just so amazing. I mean, in my trust, and I know it's with most trust, just the way you have the normal, even though yes, most people are entitled to 6 months, maternity leave. In my trust, it worked out in a way that you can work out your leave, your maternity leave, to be spread out for 1 year. That is because they value the family system. They value the fact that a mother and a child, should be together at least for the first 1 year. I just had a colleague just came back from a 1 year annual leave. How amazing is that? So for those of you that want to have UK babies, hello, come into the NHS and you'll be rewarded generously when you have your baby. All right. So having long maternity, being very generous with their maternity leave is something that is just so amazing, great for the family, great for the mom, also great for your mental health as well. If you ask me, it is second to none. This is another amazing one. NHS staff are entitled to staff discount. Now, there's what we call the blue light card. The blue light card gives you access to a lot of discount. When I say discount, like from shopping to leisure to holiday. So they pay you well, and they also give you opportunity to enjoy your money well. So with your blue card, you can have access to a whole lot of things. So these days, if I want to buy something, I just go through my Blue Card app and see if I can get, even if it's 10%, 20%, if I can get a discount off it. NHS also provides some schemes where you can also, buy some stuff and pay later. Now, in my trust, there's what we call the VIVOP. I know a lot of trusts also participate in it. The VIVOP scheme is a scheme whereby you can buy some household item, whatever it might be, and then a little portion of it is taken off your salary every month. Guys, can you imagine that? So imagine that you want to buy something for £500, right? And instead of paying for it upfront, you just take it, through the scheme to be delivered to your house, and every month a portion of it is taken off your salary. So working in the UK, one of the things you want to consider working in any part of the UK is you having a pension scheme, so that by the time you retire, you have access to, funds for you to retire. NHS has an excellent pension scheme that is taking off your salary every month. Yes, I know when they're taking it off, it's biting when you see it going off your salary. But the truth is, the NHS pension scheme is one of the best, in the country. And if you work for the NHS, I would encourage you to be part of the scheme. All right. So pension scheme is something you want to consider, because you make contribution to your pension, and your employers, which is the NHS, also make a certain percentage of contribution to your pension. How amazing is that? All right, guys, if you haven't subscribed at this point, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. There is so much more coming up on this channel. Subscribe, join this community, leave your comment in the section, in the comment section. Go ahead and book a one-on-one section with me if you want me to hold your hands in one-on-one session with me, and we can take it one step further. So guys, this is a very, very big one. Career progression. My God. Career progression is something I always always talk about in my channel. And that is why I say, yes, come into the UK as a domiciliary carer, but you need to have plan for you to progress in your career. And NHS is big on, when I say big on, they are big on you progressing your career. So if you're looking at and the beautiful thing is, whatever age you are, it doesn't matter how old you are, you want to get to the next level in your career, NHS, they have, almost every NHS trust have a scheme where they can train you to go further. You want to go further in nursing, you want to go further in any part, the NHS have different schemes for you to progress your career as a healthcare worker. So guys, the NHS also provides, an opportunity for you to, have what we call the paid annual leave. So take, for example, you've exhausted your 7 weeks. You've exhausted your 7 weeks and you just want more annual leave. They have a system where you can pay up your annual leave. So instead of you having 7 weeks, you pay for 7 weeks. The money that you're meant to be paid for the 7 weeks can be spread across. You can have 2 more weeks additional. So imagine me now that I have 8 weeks. Add 2 weeks more to it now. That's 10 weeks. Come on. Holiday, here we come. Where else can you get this if not the NHS? Guys, the list is exhaustive. Like, every trust have more benefits. There are some benefits you can access in one trust. You might not be able to access in another trust. In my trust also, they have what we call the car lease scheme. So for example, you need to buy a car, you don't want to buy it, a brand new car, you don't want to buy it upfront. Most of us, we all know how much buying a car is, a brand new car is in the UK. In my trust, they give you that opportunity for you to buy a car, and then you can sacrifice the portion of your salary every month. Easy peasy. So every month they take a portion of that, so you can easily work. But of course, for my trust, you have to have worked for a period of, I think, a minimum of 1 year for you to access this scheme. But if you ask me, that's great, because the UK here, buying things in, cash immediately can be quite tough, because of how the country is. You can get this car and pay, touching money every month. You're just taking off your salary and you're enjoying your brand new car in the UK. What can be better? Tell me, I'm waiting. Guys, this one is a big one for me. The NHS provides, a workplace that is full of diversity. I mean, if you want to go into a place where you have different races, different tribes, the NHS is the place. And with issues that have to do with like racism, yes, of course, there are subtle racism here and there. You can't take it away in a country like the UK. That's the truth. You just have to live with it and work with it, form a thick skin to things like that. But the truth is, at the NHS trust, most trusts have a no nonsense to taking racism of any sort, of any form from anybody. I can keep going on and on and on and on and on. Like I said, every trust have their different benefits, but I'm just talking about generally. Some trusts also provide, support, for individuals. In my trust, we have mental health support. We have physical health support. So if you feel you're going through any form of issues, even if it's family related issue, we have people you can speak to. There are people that are paid every month if you're going through any form of issues at all that is affecting your work. As long as it's affecting your work, they will say, you know what, come and talk to us about it. Let us know how we can help. What can be better? What can be better than you having that support? There's sometimes you go to work, we have that support where you can speak to a senior member, where you can get, speak to a psychologist. I have had that support, even as just joining the NHS recently. Flexible working hours, guys. So you have the opportunity for you to work flexibly, unlike, where we're coming from, where you have to, it is when they give you shifts, that is when you work. But this way, you are short of your working hours. If it is 36.7 hours, it is 36.7 hours. You're short of your shift. They're even begging you to even take more shifts. So you're not begging for shift. You're not running all over the place. You're short of your working hours. And the beautiful thing about this flexible working hour that even me, I can testify to, is the fact that if you feel a certain working hour is not working for you, you can sit down with your manager and say, look, this is what I want. And everybody wants to work with you, work with what best work for you. How can we help you to provide, for you to provide the best care to our patients? They listen to you. They want to know how best they can support you. And if you ask me, that is just phenomenal. Guys, the benefits are amazing. Like I said, it cuts across different trusts. Different trusts has more, different trusts have less. But if you ask me, I would say, if you're thinking of a career change, if you're considering switching your careers, I would say the benefits in the NHS are just simply phenomenal. Getting into the NHS can be quite tough. I can tell you for a fact. But when you eventually get in, yes, it is worth it. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you got benefit. I hope it's worth your while. If you got any question, put it in the comment section. I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. If you want to connect with me, click the link in the description. Let's have a one-on-one section and let's take this further. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next video, where I'll be talking about migrating from being a domiciliary carer to an NHS healthcare assistant. How I did it, the process that what I had to do. I will show you guys on my screen on my next video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take good care. Bye.